Hello everyone. So today I'm again back with another new video. I was discussing about the COVID-19 vaccines, the chemical components of COVID-19 vaccines in my previous series. So I'll continue my discussion on that. So if you have not watched my previous video on COVID-19 vaccines, please watch that. I have discussed about the mRNA technology. How does mRNA COVID vaccines work in my previous video? So if you want to uh, know about the mechanism, how does the mRNA COVID vaccines work, please watch my previous video on Pfizer vaccines. Okay. So today I'll continue my discussion on another COVID-19 vaccine, which is Moderna. So as I had mentioned in my previous video, that currently in United States we have three COVID-19 vaccines authorized by FDA. They are Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson and Johnson. So Pfizer and Moderna, they are mRNA vaccines, and Johnson and Johnson is a viral vector vaccine. Okay, so I decided to discuss about the mRNA vaccines first. So if you want to know what are mRNA vaccines, please watch my previous video on Pfizer vaccine. Okay, so Moderna is another mRNA vaccine that is authorized in United States, and it is more or less similar as Pfizer. So today I'll discuss about the components, the chemical components of Moderna vaccine. So let's get started. Let me set the screen. As if you do not know about me, my research area, so please check my LinkedIn, Google Scholar, and ResearchGate profile. Okay, so let's start our Moderna vaccine components. First, it has the similar mRNA, which encodes the viral spike protein of SARS-CoV-2 virus. This is similar as the Pfizer vaccine. This is the biological ingredient. It is the main ingredient. Okay, the messenger RNA, which the scientists have decoded. As soon as the information about the virus was available, so scientists started designing the mRNA instruction for cells, and they discovered this unique mRNA which can instruct our cell to build a harmless analog spike protein which is similar to the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Okay, so this is the main ingredient, the biological component. So this messenger RNA, it instructs our cell to make a harmless analog of the spike protein which the virus has. So this is the main ingredient, and this is similar in both Pfizer and Moderna. So next, it has similarly some lipids. It has four lipids. So first is 1,2-dimeristiol glycerol methoxy polyethylene glycol. So we briefly call it PEG 2000 DMG. So this is the structure of PEG DMG. So you can see the number N. So this is a polymer. It is made of many monomer units. So this N can be any number. It can be 2, 3, 500, 600, 2000, 5000. So the polymer chemists, they are able to make polymers with any number of monomers. So this N is denoted by the number of monomers this polymer unit contains. So in this case, this N will be 2000. So uh, what is the medical use of polyethylene glycol? So as I have mentioned that the N number denotes the number of monomeric unit. So PEG 3350, in which case um, N is equal to 3350. That polyethylene glycol, that PEG moiety, it has been used for constipation medication. It has been used in the laxatives, and also it is used in the colonoscopy procedures. Okay, so what is the role of PEG in this vaccine? So it is like a gum like substance. It is a polymeric substance which protects the mRNA, and it helps, it is like a spherical thing. Like I use polyethylene glycol in my lab to make some electronic devices. So it protects my molecule uh, inside the device. So same thing is here. So it protects the mRNA, making a spherical type thing, and it also helps to penetrate the vaccine within our cells. So this is the role of PEG, and I had also mentioned about the bad characteristics of PEG in my Pfizer video, and I'm repeating that this PEG is not a very good guy. It could be harmful to your body. So this PEG is mainly responsible for the all the adverse effect, all the allergic reaction of these mRNA vaccines. Okay, so please do remember that the PEG, it has also been used in Pfizer, but that was a different one. But this analog, this is a different one. This, they are almost similar, but they are not exactly similar. So some people may be allergic to Pfizer, but they may not be allergic to Moderna. The reverse thing may also happen. Like some people may be allergic to Moderna, they may not be allergic to Pfizer. So this is the main thing which is causing the allergic reactions. So please check your medications if they contain any of these PEG units. So and try to find out if you are allergic to any of these ingredients. Okay. So next lipid is 1,2-distearyl ASN glycerol 3 phosphocholine, which is shortly named as DSPC. This is the chemical structure, and DSPC are synthesized as drug delivery carriers. Okay, so this is the main medical use of DSPC. It is also used for liposome preparation for drug delivery. Liposome is a spherical shaped vehicle that is composed of one or more phospholipid bilayers which closely resemble the structure of cell membranes. The liposomes encapsulate hydrophilic drugs, so that is why they are used as a good drug delivery carriers. Okay, we need carriers to carry the drug, so this is mainly used for a drug carrier. Okay, next is cholesterol. So we all know about cholesterol. This is an organic molecule and a special type of lipid. This is biosynthesized by all animal cells, and this is an essential component of all animal cell membranes. This is a yellow colored solid, and we all have cholesterol within our body, and cholesterol is absolutely necessary to make some hormones, some vitamins, and some other substances that help to digest food. So this is the structure of cholesterol. I believe people are not allergic to this, so this should be okay. This is a good okay component. Okay, next is heptadecane 9-il H2 hydroxyethyl 6 oxo 6 and decyloxyhexyl amino octanoid. This is shortly termed as SM102. So this is the chemical structure of that. So what is the medical use? This is used to form a lipid nanoparticle. So lipid nanoparticle is also used as a drug delivery carrier. So it is that nano carrier which helps to carry the drug within our cells. Okay, so these are the four lipids, that is the chemical component of Moderna. And next we'll discuss about the salt, sugar and buffer. So first is tromethamine. So this is the chemical structure of that. So tromethamine, it affects the balance of water and electrolytes within the body. It makes blood and urine more alkaline, that is less acidic, and this is mainly used as an anti-inflammatory drug. This is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. Okay, you should not receive tromethamine if you are allergic to it. If you are using any medication which gives you allergy from this, so then you should not use this. Or if you have uremia, that is urea circulating within your blood, or if you have some urination problems, then probably you should not receive this component. Okay, so before you receive tromethamine, consult with your doctor. If you have kidney disease, congestive heart failure, asthma, or any other breathing problems, this, if you have these medical conditions, then you may be allergic to tromethamine. That means you may be allergic to Moderna vaccine as well. So please remember that. And next is tromethamine hydrochloride. This is the similar structure with ACL. So this is used to treat metabolic acidosis. This is an electrolyte imbalance. It can have many causes. It occurs often after heart bypass surgery or cardiac arrest. In this specific condition, body produces too much acid as kidney is not removing enough acid from body. In this case, this medication is used to treat the particular condition which is known as metabolic acidosis. So this is the use of that. And next we have acetic acid. This is a very small acid. The chemical formula is CH3COH. And acetic acid is mainly used as an antibiotic that treats infection caused by bacteria or fungus. And it is sometimes used as a ear canal drop to treat some infection within the ear. Okay, let me tell you that this acetic acid is a bad guy. So I have used it in my lab. It has a very bad fume. It has a very bad smell, and many people are allergic to it if they inhale it. So this is not a good guy. So be very careful if you have used any medication containing acetic acid and you have faced any problem due to that. In this case, prior to getting Moderna vaccine, you should consult with your doctor. Okay, so next is sodium acetate, which is similar form of the salt form of that acid, the sodium salt form of acetic acid, CH3COONA. So this is mainly used as a source of sodium in our body. If we have hyponatremia, like this is actually the low sodium. If we have the problem of sodium imbalance within our body, in that case, uh, sodium is externally supplied through some oral medications or sometimes in term of some injections. So some, it is usually sodium chloride or other salt like sodium carbonate, but many people they cannot consume sodium chloride. It is harmful for them if they have high blood pressure or something. In that case, if they have sodium imbalance, sodium acetate is used to treat that specific condition. It is also used in some intravenous IV fluid, in this where the patient cannot take the standard electrolyte injections. Okay, so these are two medical uses of sodium acetate. And lastly, there is sucrose, which is known as table sugar. This is the structure of sucrose. It is comprised of glucose and fructose unit, and this is very, this is like sugar, okay, which we take every day. This is like sugar. It is more refined form of sugar. So I have used a lot in my lab, and this is absolutely harmless. People should not be allergic to it. So it is mainly used in a vaccine to enhance its stability, to enhance its lifetime, so it can be stable. And one thing I wanted to mention, that Moderna COVID vaccine is a frozen suspension and it doesn't contain any preservative. Okay, so this sucrose mainly is used to stabilize it. There is no additional preservative used in Moderna vaccine. Okay, and this all these salts, they are mainly used in the vaccine as an adjuvant. So what is an adjuvant? Adjuvant is a substance that is added to vaccine to enhance the immune response of a vaccinated individual. Okay, so all these salts are used to enhance our immune response. Okay, so okay, I have briefly mentioned all of the chemical components which is used to make a Moderna vaccine. So please note them carefully, and also I have mentioned all of the medical uses of individual chemical components. So try to find if you have any if you have any, you are using any medication, particular medication related to all of these conditions, and if your medication contains any of these ingredients, and try to find out if you are allergic to these ingredients or if you are okay with these ingredients. Okay, so if you are okay with all of this, then you should receive Moderna vaccine. Absolutely, that it will not cause any harmful side effect to you, that will be fine. But if you are allergic to some of these components, especially I mentioned in this case of Moderna, this PEG, polyethylene glycol, the stromethamine, and acetic acid, these three guys, they sometimes can cause allergy. So be specific to these three uh, chemical component, and also check the other components. If your medication contains any of this component and if you are allergic to it, in this case, prior to getting the Moderna vaccine, please consult with your doctor and consult with your healthcare provider, so whether you should receive the vaccine or not. Okay, so this is my small announcement about the chemical components. So I will make my future, and I will make videos on Johnson and Johnson components also. So please keep checking my channel. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any query, post it in the comment section. I'll try to answer them. Okay, bye bye for today.